because the chance that somebody's just going to God vision through a seed is so much lessened.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we have a green potion to start off with. That's pretty nice.
Very early map check. Saw a green pendant up on Hera and red crystal over desert. Nice 4 bomb drop for hydropower, killing that guard.
Alright.
So you can see Signum's over here, he's doing tree pulls, trying to get early bombs, but he's going to find some from this bush crab right here.
That's a pretty convenient bush crab right there. It's always nice to find bombs.
Yeah, the main goal this early in the game is just get bombs, then go to Kakariko.
Mm-hmm. And this is the shield and lumberjack.
Well, we won't have to kill Aga for a lumberjack, but we will have to kill Aga just in general. He is included as a dungeon for the all dungeons goal.
Yeah, it'll just make it routing a lot easier. You probably saw a lot of when all dungeons was played during the last tournament that players would just wait until after Aga 2 to actually then defeat Aga 1. Because you're just right there, you can just mirror, hop in, do the thing. So
yeah, it's super convenient. And you get the full heal after killing Aga 1. Just ready for Ganon right then.
Alright. Apparently we have a shovel already as well. That was located.
Do we? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I see a shovel marked.
Must have been in a blind's hat. Or thieves' hat.
Oh. Oh, no. Yep.
Who names these locations anyway?
Oh, there was like a...
Like, we have the racing council. We need a naming council. Let's fix
some of
these names.
There was a project a while ago to actually figure out the names for the spoiler log, and that's why we have what we have now.
Or we had a committee who decided to refer to locations by the map and compass. That's like the most frustrating part of the spoiler log is when it calls a location the map chest or the compass chest.
Yeah, that's because that's what they are.
Yeah, but how am I supposed to know that?
Play the original game.
But I don't keep track of where the map and compass were.
Oh no, that's completely fair. There's runners of this. Like, how many people here actually know where the big key in Ice Palace actually is in the vanilla game? Is anybody?
Literally no one.
Yeah.
Especially NMG runners. One of the most fun things in this community is when you watch like a really prominent NMG runner playing rando for the first time. They have no idea, man. I didn't even know there was a chest there.
Yeah.
Kakariko not being super friendly so far. We have early flippers, which is always very gross because it opens up Zora, for which you need 500 rupees, but it's the beginning of the game, so you have no rupees.
Yo, shout out to a sword.
Yeah, sword's a very nice pickup. It's going to simplify Mini Molorum Cave, which we'll probably see pretty soon.
More bombs. Oh, it's a nice habit. Powder early. It's not bad. It's a pretty solid safety item.
Yeah, powder's always a nice find. I mean, it's essentially a fetch quest, but, you know, it has other uses outside of that one location it unlocks. That is a sword on the library, though.
Alright, so you caught that. Good. We'll see if boots show up anytime soon. I didn't quite catch race game. It looked like maybe it was arrows.
Yeah, it was not them. And we can see Goombas, he's walking over to do the shovel right now. This makes a lot of sense. Like, fetch quests are really, really powerful early in the game.
Is like Signum's like farming for money, or
I'm not sure, actually. It's a little weird to see him cutting those bushes. I don't think those bushes have anything.
and he found like 1 rupee under them. Like I know that it's not. He must really be desperate for money. Huh.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's going in that cave either. Like he didn't need bombs. He was fine on bombs.
Yeah. He is going to take that. So he does have a hammer. I think he's. Oh, he was looking for magic.
Oh, that makes sense now. Okay, I understand.
Yeah. All right. Yep. That's. All right. Now it's all clear.
Where was the hammer?
I actually missed that.
Because it doesn't look like Hydra and Goomba have it, but I don't know where he could have gone to find a hammer that they didn't. Oh, it was Bottle Merchant. Oh.
Oh. Yeah, and if the early game is a little stingy on money, they just orphan Bottle Vendor, Hydra, and Goomba.
Surely, right?
Yeah, who does that?
Not me. Not anymore. Not after that one time. I learned my lesson, man.
Oh, the number of times I've last location somebody's Moon Pearl in multi-worlds. Oh, at Bottle Vendor. That's why you hold a hand open.
I don't vault with it anymore. If I don't have enough rupees, I'm jumping back into Blind's Hatto as many times as it takes to get that Bottle Merchant item before I leave Kakariko. I will lose races to make sure I get that right then and there. Maybe that's why Goomba always beats me. Could be.
Well, we'll see how long it takes for Goomba to come back to CAC, and it's a fairly straightforward check, but he has to get back in the area. It may not be very attractive.
Yeah, the main problem is just remembering, because like how often do you do Kakariko and you don't do the Bottle Merchant? So by the time you get back, you may have already forgotten that you orphaned it.
Oh, and it looks like a flute was located.
Yeah, there's a flute right outside the dam.
Yeah. That might make Goomba more likely to go back to the Bottle Vendor, so that should fix that issue for both Hydra and Goomba.
Nice 8 slashes on the ball and chain guard for Goomba, and he finds a Moon Pearl in Zelda Cell.
It's a nice find. Yeah. And Hydra has enough money now for Bottle Vendor, so as long as he remembers, he'll have his hammer, and all will be right with the world.
Yeah, he's headed over to CAC to activate his flute right away. This is faster than like walking over to Ice Rod Cave first. I'll be able to flute over there and save a little bit of time. It's kind of amusing to see how much time Goomba has already saved in this seed. Like he's done the whole front of Escape, but he's like neck and neck with Marty in these South Shore checks.
Yeah, Goomba is a force to be reckoned with in races.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, Hydropower did remember to buy the Bottle Merchant's hammer. Good on him. And he is immediately going to turn in that powder. Only going to get a few arrows, though. this makes a lot of sense though. Like what I was trying to say before, fetch quests that you find in Sphere 1 are way more likely to lead to something good than, say, if you found the shovel in Turtle Rock or something. So it's pretty common play when you find a fetch quest this early to go turn it in like right away.
Yeah, it's just the filler has more of a likely chance of being able to pick it as a location if it was placed early, or if it's in an early location. So.
So the question remains, though, where are those gloves? We have not that much of the game left. A couple checks up on the mountain, the eastern and Sahasrahla area being the most dense place to go. That's a bow and ice rod cave for hydropower. Wow. Let's go, eastern. Let's go.
Go. Hey, Eastern will be the first dungeon of the game, maybe.
I'm a little disappointed nobody did like the very early Sahasrahla check, because that always makes me feel good to see people get punished for that. Although with our 500 racers, I'm sure somebody somewhere did it.
Even then, it is all dungeons, so it's gonna be more your execution that's gonna win the day in all dungeons. Because like as you said before, you just can't just god route it. You gotta do everything anyway.
Yeah, with all dungeons, everyone's going to do everything. So whoever can do everything faster wins, right?
Isn't that what a speedrun is?
Kinda.
Kind of.
A little bit. But routing still plays a huge part in all dungeons too. Like being able to route efficiently when you have to do everything can be a lot more powerful than making the gambles, and skipping the bad locations. Because chances are everybody's going to get locked to a point in the game where like all they have left to progress is a bunch of bad locations. So if you're able to route those in earlier, then you can have an advantage that way. Goomba is going over to Sahasrahla without the bow, though.
Oh boy.
Get wrecked! As long as he doesn't go into Eastern, this really isn't that big a deal.
But that could drive him away from Eastern area. I don't think so, though.
He's walking out,
maybe.
But he's
okay.
Gonna
Yeah, good.
It's a little surprising that he didn't do Ice Rod Cave though with the flute.
That's gonna burn him, but maybe.
Yeah, it's just like because you already have the flute. Like, there's no way to make Ice Rod Cave better later. So by not doing it, he's kind of saying like I'm never gonna do it, but unfortunately he's gonna have to at some point.
It might depend on where that fire source shows up at. We'll see if he can finish. Well, no, he also needs gloves, doesn't he? There's a lot that.
And apparently Hydropower has the boots. I don't even know. Where were those? Maybe the old man or something?
Yeah, I mean, he went to Death Mountain, so.
Yeah, I think he did the old man, but didn't walk up to Spectacle Rock Cave, so it must have been there.
No. If Hydra finds a lamp, Aga is definitely could become in logic.
Yeah, there's a small chance like Aga is the logical Darkhold access. It's really unlikely though.
So Hydra's also going to be able to take these boots and actually complete desert, or not at least get farther in desert, because it is logically boots locked.
Yeah, be able to grab that torch item.
Yeah, won't be able to finish it yet. And we got ourselves some sync there between Hydra and Goomba and the simultaneous S and Q.
Hydra, though, has all the things.
Wait. Oh no, is he not done escape yet?
No, Hydra has not done the escape. He's
Okay.
now where he'll get his Moon Pearl. Still no sign of that glove, although Signubs is going through Eastern Forest, which is, likely where it is, if it's anywhere. We still haven't seen all the flipper checks. I think we've only seen Hobo so far. No Waterfall Fairy, no Zora.
Yeah, Goomba will probably give us the Waterfall Fairy.
The unfortunate thing about Waterfall Fairy now is nobody has even close to enough rupees for Zora. Hydropower being the closest, but still only 100 shy. And if you go over to Waterfall Fairy without enough rupees, like you're kind of saying, hey, I'm just never going to do Zora. Simultaneous dark rooms. However, they are different dark rooms. You just can't tell.
Well, one of them has a key indicator. So, I wasn't counting in Eastern because I'm not sure if.
I have no idea.
I'm just wondering if Armos has an item or not. We'll find out, I guess.
There's one way to find out, yeah.
Yeah, there is. Okay.
Hydropower going up the mountain. It's surprising that he hasn't gone over to Eastern. I mean, nobody really likes to do dark rooms, but they're kind of the easier dark rooms. I would expect him to know how to do those, but he could just be putting it off for a bit.
Okay, so you already got all the items. Yeah.
Yep, so no gloves in Eastern Palace. Not the answer today. Goomba going to get his bow now.
Oh, there's a glove.
Oh, hi, glove. Look, a glove. And Dark World access for Hydropower.
Some caches above the pose. So we know that Graveyard Ledge is off the table now.
Yeah, it's a very good hint. Most of the time, hints are like either kind of vague or not helpful. There's a unique item behind a bomb, But so a hint like that, those are the ones you're looking for. Something to tell you, hey, don't do this kind of awful location. It has nothing.
Hydropower is making good work of his go fasts. Same thing with Goomba.
Oh, I got my SG Live shirt in the mail today or yesterday.
Oh, did you get the Ice Rod one?
No, I got the boots one. It's just gotta go fast. It's awesome.
I need to go and I need to order some of those shirts. By the way, exclamation point SG Live. Y'all should check it out. There's actually some merch now. There's an Ice Rod shirt that's actually pretty cool. It's always fun to have at least 2 or 3 shirts in your repertoire that nobody understands except for a small subset of humans. And you should be perfectly fine with that too. It's like somebody sees a picture of like an ice rod and it says nice. And like nobody's gonna get that unless they play ALTTP. And then you'll get like that thumbs up from that one person that says, yeah, nice. And they'll know what they mean by it. All right, back on topic here.
One of the best ways to make new friends, guys, is to wear those shirts in the grocery store and just pretend to be shopping. Eventually somebody will comment, and you have a brand new friend. Or you'll get asked to leave. One of those. Your experience may vary.
speaking from experience there, Koi, or is this a hypothetical?
That's how I met my wife.
All right, well, there you go.
Hydropower is still our only runner with Darkhold access, and he's decided to spend his time in Skullwoods. This is pretty standard, though. Like, the front of Skullwoods is typically treated as if it was just regular overworld. So, like, he starts in Village of Outcasts with the intention of full clearing Thieves Town, but, you know, front of Skullwoods is kind of on the way.
It's kind of one of those, I'd say, Dark World Sphere 1, for lack of a better term, locations. Kind of along the same lines of, like, Thieves Town.
Yeah, or Hype Cave.
Yeah.
Except for some weird reason, there seems to be more progression in front of Skullwoods than in Hype Cave.
It's because the filler puts a bias on dungeon locations in non-key sanity modes. And I just saw something that looked important on Bumper Cave Ledge.
Yeah, that was
Maria?
It was a cane of red block creation.
Oh, is that what they call it now?
That's the official name, according to the naming council. I'm currently the only member. I'm taking applications. If you would like
I was gonna ask who put them in charge, but I guess now we know.
Who is this Samaria guy anyway? I never even heard of him.
I guess lore. Marty finds his bow. Everybody has their bows this time around.
Yeah, the gloves are in kind of a weird spot. Like you don't really want to walk up the Spectacle Rock Cave, because if you find like the mirror later, then you get punished by having to do that really long climb up the staircase all over again. They'll make their way there eventually as soon as they run out of good spots to go.
Goomba also gets the quick kill on Armos Knights. He claims his pendant, or crystal.
I think we might see Goomba do a Houlihan into the Zora checks before going up the mountain. Seeing as how he's already been on the mountain and got his boots.
And Marty has his boots now.
Nope, I'm wrong. He's gonna go without the rupees. All right. This is what I like to call a moment of truth. He either finds enough rupees here in Waterfall Ferry, or Zora gets pretty orphaned.
Silvers. Heart.
Rip Zora.
Oh, have we looked at Zora Ledge yet?
I think we've seen it.
Okay.
But Marty has been over here.
Just 50 rupees, not 100 or more.
If it was 100, do you think he would have done it? Gone all the way around for it?
I think he would have.
Well, I feel like he didn't go out of his way to do a Houlihan to make sure he could get Zora. I don't know if he would do that really long trek all the way around Zora's area twice. Goomba really wants this super speed. Rip.
Hey, you know what? When you do a super speed and the time it takes you to set it up actually takes just as much time as if you just not done it.
He gets it.
No, I'm sure it still saved him time.
Oh yeah, like it saves a ton of time having super speed on the mountain. So Goomba and Marty both finding their gloves in Spectacle Rock Cave. That is Darkwold access for them. But they got some catching up to do. Hydropower is already halfway through the sound. Oh, there's the Zora money and Bog Rocks.
So Hydra's still working his way through Thieves Town.
Oh, Gooma's going after Dark Cross. I'm not sure if we've seen Dark Cross yet.
I don't recall.
Somebody did it from the front, I think.
Well, Hydropower has Zora money now.
Yeah, and because he hasn't been over to the Waterfall Ferry even, he might be able to save that and maybe pair it with a catfish check if he finds a mirror. Those are those little like routing efficiencies that can really make a difference when everybody has to do everything. It's just the odds that you're going to get to skip the Zora area or catfish in this seed is really low. So anything you can do to make that more efficient is really strong.
So Marty is looking for rupees. I think you'll at least be happy to see what's on the ledge here.
And down goes blind for Hydropower. So Marty sees the 50 rupees, but he doesn't really want to go all the way around for 6 rupees.
Yeah, this prize pack is just not paying out.
Looks like he's given up. He's just gonna go for it.
Well, thank you, Marty, for giving us a first look at Zora, at least. Oh, and chat's saying Ice Rod was located? Yeah, that was in Hype Cave.
That will be really helpful when we find like 12 more items.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely nice to find early. Having a really late Ice Rod can be extremely painful.
Nobody likes playing Ice Rod Hunt. Well, some people do.
So we're just off our container, so Goomba's not going to be punished for orbiting it. And Goomba's actually going up to Catfish. This is like the most orphaned Zora could possibly be. Actually, I'm a little surprised that he's going up to Catfish, seeing as how he already orphaned Zora. I thought maybe he'd wait a little bit, maybe get a mirror so he could check Zora too. But Zora doesn't have anything, so he's gonna be fine.
I think he's just doubling down on his decision here. Which fortunately is gonna work out for him. Alright, Catfish, what you got?
Sweet.
He actually did need the arrows, so there's that.
Yeah, they're not bad. We can use some arrows. Oh-ho! Goomba going straight to Palace of Darkness without his lamp. So the idea here is that like the route that Hydropower took, where it goes Thieves Town and Village of Outcasts and Skullwoods and all that, there's like 15 things that you could find that would make those locations even better, like the Mids or the Mirror or the Fire Rod, where the only thing that can make Pod better is the lamp, and you don't really need the lamp.
I'm sure Goomba will be fine with dark rooms. Fire Rodless. I mean, Dark Turtles can be kind of a nightmare, but he does have Blue Mail and some health, so
yeah,
he should be
a pretty big number of hearts right now.
It's not like you're like in a situation where you're doing it with like 6 hearts, and, like Green Tunic. That's a slightly different scenario.
Yeah, those turtles hurt.
Yep. Oh, and then our good old pinball key. Yeah, that won't be there in V31. That could be anything. At least with advanced placement. It'll be nice.
I still think it's silly. Like, I get it, I know why, and it's not going to be like that big a deal, but I think it's silly.
Hey, so the thing is that if you just go through the front part of Skullwoods first, generally you're not gonna. If you fall down that hole first, then it could become an issue.
Yeah, I think the standard way to route it would just be to go to the vanilla big key chest first and grab a key from the pod if you don't get one from there.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to learn those Gibdo manipulation strats to get to that chest easier.
Also, V31 with advanced placement. Some of these dark rooms might be required with just Fire Rod instead of lamp. There's escape sewers. The Eastern Palace room that leads you to.
Oh, I thought we weren't
Armos.
doing it in the escape.
No, apparently it is. I was mistaken in that matter. Yeah.
Changing our minds. Okay. I thought it was just the Eastern Palace. Eastern Palace way to the boss, and there's one more.
Oh, and then pod basement.
Yeah, and then the rupee basement pod. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody found a lamp in Dark Cross, so I'm not sure if it's intentional, but whatever. It's not that hard. Those dark rooms aren't that bad. Except maybe an Randomizer. They could get.
Oh god.
That key rack could be kind of nasty in Randomizer, but.
Goomba did find the Titansmiths in this dungeon that he's in with all the turtles and dark rooms. Pod. It's Pod. That's the name of the dungeon.
Pod. As opposed to Palace of Darkness or Dark Palace. Alright, Goomba Dark Turtles. Here we go. So there is like a setup for this, right? Like, yeah, he's doing it right now where you can kind of...
It's just a normal way you do the room, just without being able to see what you're doing.
Yeah. And with the appropriate sword, it's not that bad. Like with Fighter Sword, it becomes much trickier.
At my personal skill level, I probably would not have gone to Pod with the equipment that Goomba has, specifically because of that room. I would have waited for a medallion or a fire rod or a lamp. But that's why Goomba's so good, right?
It's true.
One of the earliest lessons you learn playing this game, though, is to know your limit. Dying is always slower than doing something safely.
Yeah, it's something that really comes up, especially when you do a spoiler race. Like spoiler races, you really need to know like what your skill limits are. so that you can route it correctly.
Yeah, it might be faster to do 3 heart, fighter sword, green mill, cold stare, but you gotta live through it, you know?
Yep. Hydropower looks like he's in that eastern dark room. So the way Goomba routed this, looks like he rushed.
Yeah, he did the boss first.
Yeah. Small key.
Yeah, doing the boss first means that he won't have to do the hammer jump or death warp.
So Goomba did find red mail.
So where's this darn progression, man? Looks like it's gonna be the mitts. I believe the mitts were just on the bowlock side, so those are completely in logic without the lamp.
Yeah, I think they were too.
Of course, the mitts don't really do that much for us. It gets us over to the mire area and mirrorless smith sequence, but that's about it.
Well, Goomba found a fire rod.
Oh, it was landing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. It's one of those times where just knowing your dark rooms really pays.
Yeah, with the fire rod in hand, that completely negates any need Goomba will have for the lamp this entire scene. He still wants it, you know? Like, it's faster to have the lamp than to not have it, but he's not going to go super out of his way looking for it.
I mean, it is all dungeons. It's bound to churn up at some point. So, Goomba needs hookshot, medallions, and actually the magic cape so that he can access Samaria. Am I missing anything? And mirror.
A mirror.
Yeah, and a mirror.
But with that fire rod from Pod means he's going to be able to single dip Skull Woods here. It's not like a huge time loss or anything for like Hydropower who did the front of Skull Woods, but it is a little bit of efficiency that Goomba's going to have over him.
It is always nice when you can avoid double dipping stuff. By the way, has anybody read the pedestal yet? Is that for kicks?
I don't believe so.
Alright. I'm trying to think of what could be at pedestal.
Ice Run. Mirror. Hookshot.
Found my... Yeah, the usual fare.
Goomba opted for hammer strats on Mothula, and they worked out pretty well. Down goes the bug. Pendant get.
We'll have to see if he needed that.
Well, he always needs it.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, for pedestal, I'm sorry. Should clarify. Keep forgetting it's all dungeons. People play this? I guess.
I guess. Like 500 people at least.
At least today.
Oh, Link Force he brings up a good point. Either the hookshot or the mirror could be on head, because they are one of the two will be required to get to the Tower of Hera. So rip Swamp Palace.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be a while before we see something new. Goomba's just going to do this normal route, go into dungeons he can full clear and stuff, while everybody else is going to pod that he's already been to. So unfortunately for Goomba, with the fire rod in hand, he went straight to Mothula, hoping to find the items in the back and save some checks, but the game put all the items in the front, so we had to full clear the dungeon.
And Goomba's finally checking T-shaped house. That kind of gives you an idea of just how much different Goomba's routing really was here.
Yeah, unfortunately, his routing isn't going to really make a huge difference, though, unless he like picks up the Smith, which he might do with the flute, but I don't know.
I think first we're gonna see.
Like the main thing he gained from doing pod first was to have that fire rod and be able to see what their spell was, but with both items in the front, it like really didn't save him any time. Like everybody's just gonna go straight to Mothula now after having already done the front. Hydropower dying in a dark room. I'm not sure if intentional.
We'll see if he goes back to it.
I think it was intentional.
Yeah, it may have been
a
intentional. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that death warp is what Goomba was avoiding by killing Helmosaur King first, so that he could just save the quid out of the dark maze.
By the way, shoutouts to the very vanilla Big Key in Palace of Darkness. By the way, that's where the vanilla Big Key's at. That's where the Big Key's at. Yeah.
No, I'm okay with locations being named for the Big Key, because you have to get that, right? Like even NMG runners know where that is.
Just don't confuse your big chest with Big Key chest. I think that happened actually to a few people during the spoiler tournament.
Oh,
they go and
really?
they open up the big key chest, and it was actually the big chest that they wanted.
That's not good.
Yeah, you get like that confused look. They hit the pause menu and they're looking at their log again. It happened a couple times. You learn quick.
Well, my big pet peeve is when people call it the boss key instead of the big key.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, Ocarina of Time is fun and everything, but come on, this is way better.
People play Ocarina of Time.
I've heard that. They even have their own randomizer now. Copycats.
Oh. Yeah. But we copied their multi-roll, so there's that.
Get wrecked, Zooter.
Alright, Hydropower is hammering out his differences with Helmosaur King.
I see what you did there.
I may overuse that pun a little bit. but at least he got silvers.
Yes, Helmsford King, like most things in Hyrule, very weak to silvers. All right, hydropower, where do you go now? Do we just go take care of Mothula real quick? Probably not. So hydropower already has both items in Skullwoods, right? So it's not imperative that he goes kill Mothula as soon as possible or anything. It's just a regular pendant. So he might be able to put it off until he can check Ped. Or at the very least, until he has like even stronger equipment and can finish the fight even faster. I would expect to see him go Mire area here.
Yeah. I mean, our cape is still at large.
Oh, we're going into desert. Yet another dungeon we can full clear. Although this is out of logic. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, it's our only way to get into desert as well. So that book was definitely needed. Well, unless Mir shows up.
They'll show up eventually.
They will.
The fire rod that hydropower will use to get to Landlow, though, is out of logic that was in a dark room. Which, unfortunately, doesn't really mean anything, like, except that we're not going to find a lamp on Landlow.
Grumble, grumble.
Speaking of the mirror...
Well, alright, I guess the mirror showed up.
Okay, so Goomba's routing to go to pod first just got like 100 times better, finding the mirror right there.
Indeed.
Because now all these really horrible myths checks, the blacksmith and the purple chest, he's just going to be able to do them.
Yeah, I think that changed his routing decisions there. Now he's going to pick up the... Yeah, he's going to do this all now.
Did he skip dig game? He's not doing dig game, right? I guess he could just flute over and turn in the purple chest and then go back to doing dig game. Yeah, there he goes. I think he realized his mistake. Yeah, the dig game NPC, he really does not like followers. You cannot play the game if you have anything following you around.
Yeah, he just doesn't like people following lore, or probably technical issues.
Alright, so Goomba just runs back over to Kakariko and re-enters his portals. Now he'll be able to do dig game onto Stumpy and K45. I'm a little worried about Graveyard Ledge, except that right as I started that sentence, I remember we found a hint for it. So never mind.
So now the question is, where is the hook shot?
Well, the mirror does a lot more
places
for us. Yeah, the mirror opens up East Darkworld, or East Death Mountain, like, completely. And, you know, West Side Story, but let's not talk about that yet. I don't think we're at that point. Down goes Lynn Molis. Just a piece of heart, though. And Goopa finds the cape in Cave 45. That is our Arcana Samaria.
I guess now it just... I mean, Gooba scouted that, right? He knows where that Samaria is at.
Probably.
I think he did.
I mean, it's pretty standard to look at it when you're doing Skullwoods, but Goomba also completely worked with Zora in this scene, so I don't know what he does. Chat is saying he did not check it.
I suspect, though, he will. Like,
yeah, now that he has the cape, it makes a lot of sense for him to go check it real quick. But he's gonna put on a little bit longer.
It would be unfortunate if he went into Mire.
Yeah, the problem is he doesn't really have anything he can pair the check with anymore. Like you could say, like, oh, he might do it with King's Tomb or something, but he already has the mitts, so he can just do King's Tomb from the Light World. I have no idea when he's ever going to go back and check that.
Well, we'll see here. Does he go into Mire? He'll do Desert first, though.
Hydropower making the right call. Gonna get his mirror here out of Hammerfax, which will lead to his cape and Kane. And Hydropower did check Bumper Cave. Well, I'm a little sad. Sinner. Nothing's locked behind GT. What kind of an all-dungeon seed is this if we don't have to go to GT to find the last thing we need for third pendant dungeon?
The, dare I say, friendly type?
I don't like it.
No.
Burn it with fire.
I mean, like, if this got rolled to Key Sanity, then we saw a lot of those. Like, hunting for a...
An entire tournament was just nothing but all dungeons Key Sanity, all dungeons Key Sanity.
I can't speak too much to the format of the next tournament, but I don't think that'll be a thing.
Last I heard was they wanted to do something that was more standardized.
Yeah, with a twist. Well,
maybe it'll all be like early boots or something.
That would be amusing.
Oh no, Hydropower didn't get his cape. Uh-oh. That's a tad unfortunate for him. He might get bailed out by finding the hookshot or something. Then he'll check those like on the way to Salon. Fire shield on either tablet. Now we can be protected from the malicious forces of fireballs.
Gotta be. Yeah. They can really ruin your day. Hydropower is giving us our first look in Tower of Herod.
Marty, unfortunately, has gone into Misery Mire without that cane. So this will be a double dip for Marty. Looks like the cane's going to be really trolly for everybody this scene. A unique item in the dark. What could that possibly mean?
Not lamp.
Possibly the fire rod.
That could very well be the fire rod.
So Marty does find both items in Misery Mire, so that negates possibility of progression being there. But he will have to come back later to finish the dungeon.
So after Hera, Goomba's gonna have all 3 pendants.
Exciting.
I think he'll go for it.
Oh, that'll be a good reason for him to be checking that bumper cave too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not like really next to each other or anything. Like he won't have to be in the Dark World or anything, but like if there's a time where he's gonna check bumper cave, it'll be when he's checking Fed.
Yeah. Actually, in a way, that hint at Graveyard Ledge may have actually hurt Goomba a little bit, because as you said earlier, he'd be more inclined to check that if he could route all that way through and also check Graveyard Ledge. But since he knows it's trash.
Yeah, Graveyard Ledge is like the main thing that you do with Bumper Cave.
Hashtag get rid of hints.
Well, I think at the same time, like you could just say that Goomba played the hint poorly, right? Like if he had thought about it, you know, he might have checked Bumper Cave, knowing that he'd never come back for Graveyard Ledge.
It's true. Also, our green pendant.
Yeah, I don't know when he turns that in either. He already finished Eastern and Pod. Like green pendant's like super out of the way.
It's a quick save and quit and some dashing. But
yeah, it's just like, okay, well I can do all of East Death Mountain, or I can go turn in the green pendant. You know, you're obviously gonna do East Death Mountain. So at what point does that one single check of turning in the green pendant start looking really good?
So you know this could easily have been in... That hookshot could be in Turtle Rock. There's a lot of places where that thing could be at right now.
Oh yeah. Signum's actually going into Ice Palace. Haven't seen this yet.
We'll be playing some hookshot hunt.
Ice Palace is a little bit of a weird call here. Because like he doesn't have the hookshot or the Canis Maria, which are often required to do the dungeon, although not always. But it's still, you know, a dungeon that you have to finish, and you can totally full clear it without those if you just know a few bomb jumps. Looks like we finally found our lamp, though. Over here on East Death Mountain.
Alright.
Goomba picking it up.
I'm not sure. Okay. So... that means that the mirror... Okay, I'm just trying to like think of like the logic around that, since we sequence broke that fire rod.
Yeah, it was a logically required double diff of pod. You had to go into pod to get the mirror,
Yep.
to get the or to get the mitts, to get the mirror, to get the lamp, to go back to pod for the fire rod.
Yeah, there you go.
Luckily, everybody does the dark room, so it didn't really punish anybody.
This could definitely be a scenario though where not knowing your dark rooms can really hurt you.
Or are we hovering? We're hovering. Rip.
I think Goomba's gonna do it. I believe. Well, here's the thing: is that he knows he's just looking for hook shot, right? So hovering really actually doesn't make any sense here.
It's the one thing you're not gonna find in this dungeon, or in this cave.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah, that bottom chest is the one that's in logic without hook shot. If you have boots, but everything else.
Yeah, a little unfortunate for Goomba that he didn't go get that Canis Amare. He would have been able to full clear Turtle Rock here. Which is one of the most likely places for our hookshot to be.
In the customizer, we need to add a can hover flag. Oh! Well, there's hookshot. A can hover flag would be interesting. Where, like, items could be placed.
Oh, wait,
like,
where
the
was
hookshot could... that was in Spike Cave.
Oh, nifty.
Yeah. Now, so Hydra Power is in Kane Go mode, which means Magic Cape, and Magic Cape is at Cave 45.
If he's gonna do K45, he needs to do it right now before he goes into Swamp. I would do it. Like, full clearing Swamp always feels really, really bad, especially when you're only one item from Go mode, so like, to do these overworld checks on the way there makes a lot of sense. I don't know if he's going to, though.
He is.
Oh, thank God.
Saved. Oh, Hydra Power is going to be in Go mode here in just a hot second. Because I know he scouted that cane. He's going to be very happy to see this.
Unfortunately, Goomba did not do Bumper Cave while he was over there at King's Tomb. So I think we're going to get a full clear Swamp from him.
Alright, so I think Hydra's going to continue on his route here. He knows he's in Go mode. Well,
he
knows he's in Go mode.
He should know.
Yeah. He's aware of the Meyer medallion, right?
Yes.
And Turtle. Yep. And he's aware of Turtle Rock. He knows where where Samaria is at.
I mean, there's still the possibility that like he doesn't remember, right? Like, better runners than everybody have forgotten that they saw something earlier.
Yeah.
We'll be able to tell from how he routes Swamp Palace, though. Like, even being on Master Sword, I would expect him to skip as much of this as possible if he knows he's in Go mode.
The fact that he's switching to Hammer, yep. He knows that.
Watch this be a
sword.
Okay, just a minute.
This is unfortunate for Goomba. At least he has some time to like try to maybe figure out.
I mean, he'll figure it out eventually. He's probably going to be full clearing Ice Palace as well before he ever makes his way over there.
So, Hydra has 4 dungeons he can go mode.
Yeah, 2 of them being Ice and Swamp is just so fantastic.
And then he'll have to go back into Skull Woods at some point.
I hope he pulls the pen for us. He has no reason to, right? But he can. But I really hope.
The Mire is a pendant, so.
Yeah, I mean, like, he can go over and grab his cane, and then go do Mire, and then go back for Skullwoods and pull the pedestal for Chet. If he loved us, he would do that.
I mean, like, if he liked his race finish, he wouldn't, though.
Priorities, man.
It's true. SRL points. Chat.
They mean nothing. At least that's what I keep telling myself, because I don't have very many of them.
I'll just say that the seed has already claimed 2 victims.
Oh, we have some forfeits?
Yeah, we do. We have 2 forfeits so far. Which, for 500 people, that's a good percentage, right?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
The hookshot was in Spike Cave. Answer chat.
Yeah, it's an often forgotten about location. Signums is gonna find his mirror. All right. All right, so Goomba has 3 more dungeons left. He still needs to scout. He needs to scout Bumper Cave.
Yeah, I don't see him doing that. He's gonna go straight to Ice Palace. Like, 100% chance.
Yeah, I think Hydra. Yeah, Hydra's now going for the Samaria. 'Cause he knows where it's at. He found it. He saw it earlier. He had that spicy intel.
Alright, so what we need from Hydropower here is for him to mirror after getting the cape and immediately go to Myra. Or after the cane, and immediately go to Myra. It's more efficient for him to do Skull Woods right now, but then he doesn't get to pull Pedestal.
And alright, Hydropower has his Samaria. He has all the gear he probably needs to finish the game.
Oh, but he's getting Skull Woods. Feels bad, man. We're not gonna get a ped pull. No ped pull today.
No, this makes a lot of sense though.
Yeah,
Like, this is good routing.
But it's less fun.
I know. Sometimes we can't have what we want, Quay.
I mean, we're not even gonna get the burb toss today. We could have gotten a ped pull at least. The real problem with Goomba right now is like not even just that he hasn't done or checked Bumper Cave, but Bumper Cave isn't even his only orphan location. Like from his point of view, Zora could have the Canis Maria, Green Pendant could have the Canis Maria. Both of those are just as orphaned as Bumper Cave.
This is just a scenario where orphaning locations sometimes can help you get ahead in a race, but it can really, really burn you. I don't think it'll get severe enough that he'll like go into Misery Mire without Kane. But
Really? Because I totally would do that.
at this point,
yeah, versus like going to all those like single orphan locations. Because like the idea there is that okay, well most people check Bumper Cave, right? So if I skip Bumper Cave, but then I like do everything else and then go back to it, like I'm just admitting defeat. If it was Bumper Cave, I already lost. Where going into Mire is something that not most people are going to be doing. So if it's there, then I maintain that lead that I created by skipping Bumper Cave.
It's that group race meta.
Right.
Meta gaming. Yeah.
I feel like it makes less sense to do that, I think, in the larger races. Because it's the difference between like shooting for first place or fifth place, right? And when you have 499 opponents, you know, like 10th place finish isn't really that bad.
Now, joking aside, we have 48 people in this race.
Oh, right, whatever. Same thing.
Well, I have to at least clarify. We're multiplying by 10. It's one of the larger races we've had in a while, especially like just for a daily. I'm gonna chalk it up to Labor Day, which, by the way, happy Labor Day, everybody. I hope you're all not working.
What if your job is literally playing Link to the Past?
Oh, well, technically, Andy would be
Should I take today off?
Yeah, it's true. Oh, okay. So we got ourselves a Go Mode Mire, Ice, Turtle Rock. Maybe we'll get the God Mire. We'll have to see where the big key shows up at.
We did see it already from, I
did?
think it was Signups who went in there.
Oh, he did have to. Okay. Then in that case, tells you how I'm an excellent commentator, paying attention to all the things.
Well, there's like 4 whole people you gotta watch. And Goomba and Hydropower had been in the front runners of the whole seed. It's not that we don't like Marty and Signups. They mostly have been doing things we've already seen.
Yo, shout out to the 10 bomb.
Okay, so Goomba finishes up Ice Palace. He is now completely run out of really nice places to go. And we're going Hookshot Cave. Rip. This makes sense though, right? Like Hookshot Cave has a lot more items than Bumper Cave.
And on top of that, he could pair that in with Turtle Rock if, in fact, it was in fact in there.
Yeah, like it's like best case scenario that he's shooting for.
And then that would have let him then finish Ganon's tower. And then he just goes and does Misery Mire then before killing Aga. Or killing Ganon.
Yeah, just unfortunate.
Aga and then Ganon.
Yeah, just unfortunate it's not going to work out quite that nicely.
At least maybe this hint will help him out. Nope.
I mean, you could argue that it helps him a little, because that kind of devalues going to check Green Pendant, which might get him to bumper cable a little bit sooner than normal. True.
I'll actually admit, I didn't actually read the hint, I just knew it wasn't for...
It was cash on someone friendly, which has a higher chance of being Green Pendant or Catfish, because those are like the bad locations.
Quote unquote.
Going into Mire.
Oh boy. Well, you know.
This is very unfortunate for Goomba.
I haven't had any more forfeits. So, we haven't lost too many people. Is Marty in rechecking mode?
I think he orphaned Dark Cross.
He did? Okay. That's always a bad feeling, right? Like when you're...
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's usually the point where most people like forfeit a seat. But I mean, like if he was double checking things, like typically people don't like to forfeit when on the reach room at least. But I think he just hasn't done this yet.
I could see it being a force of habit to like go into that room too. And there's just a heart container.
It does look like Marty opted to not do Spike Cave though, which had the hook shot that he needs.
Yo, Signums is on the right path.
Definitely. I think Marty maybe chose not to do Spike Cave just because it wasn't in logic for him, not having the cape or the cane yet. I mean, as far as like single item locations go, Spike Cave is kind of slow. So it's not like the first thing you think about sequence breaking.
Alright, Signum's looted the hook shot. He's thinking really hard right now. Alright, where are you going, man?
Oh, he's gonna go back out through Spike Cave, yeah.
The Spike Cave return. A thing that we rarely see.
I have no idea what the heart requirements are to do this going backwards. I'm sure he has enough though. And we're good.
I think it's a bit more forgiving because you don't have to spend time lifting a rock.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's going back up to check Hookshot Cave specifically. Oh, it was such a sick bomb strat from Hydropower. But he loses all his style points because he bonked on the door.
Yeah, so I think Hydropower is probably still just doing some incidental checks. Just to see if he can find a sword.
Yeah, just anything that's directly on the way. Like, even when you only have Ganon left, like, the Tempered Sword does save quite a bit of time.
So, right now, I think Hydra has maybe... TR is going to take, what, about 5-7 minutes, maybe? Maybe a bit more?
Yeah, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, and then another 5 to 10 minutes for GT, depending on the big key placement.
Goomba is going to turn in Green Pendant first. Oh no. And it was cash on someone friendly.
Yeah. He couldn't bank on that, right? So I think he got money from somebody else. Yeah. See what I did there as well?
Alright, he's figured it out. We're going Bumper Cave.
Alright. And then Marty's in go mode now. Goomba is gonna be in go mode here in just a hot second.
And unfortunately, Signubs did go into Swamp Palace before checking the overworld locations right outside. So he will likely be full clearing this before going to K45 to get his go mode cape. Maybe he skips left side and it's not that bad. At least Goomba didn't go to Zora, right? Like, that would have been worst case scenario.
Alright, so Goomba's gonna take a second trip into Mire, now that he has the gear he needs. About a full dungeon behind Hydropower right now.
Oh, Marty doesn't have the hookshot yet. That's right.
Oh!
Because he noped out of Spike Cave earlier.
He did find it, though.
The hookshot? No, he doesn't have it. It's mistracked.
Oh, it is mistracked?
Yeah, we just saw a menu to the hammer.
Oh.
So he's gonna full clear Turtle Rock, but like he'll probably do Spike Cave like right after Turtle Rock.
So I misspoke earlier.
I mean, at the end of all this, Goomba's not like impossibly behind or anything. Like he's like just this vitreous kill and a climb up the mountain behind Hydropower. It's still a fair bit of time. It's going to be very difficult for Goomba to catch up, but if anyone can do it, Goomba can. Oh no, Marty! Down goes Vitreous for Goomba, leaving him with just Turtle Rock remaining. And he'll probably make it inside as Hydropower is getting to the back half. We had Vanilla Big Key in Turtle Rock, which is kind of annoying when you want to go mode it. Because now you can no longer safely skip the big chest.
Yeah, we'll be taking a trip outside, I guess. I mean, unless he wants to risk it. I really wouldn't in this case.
It's a 50-50. Like, there has to be a small key in either the big chest or the crystal roller room.
Yeah, in this case, I think probably checking the big chest is probably a good idea.
Yeah, no, you don't skip the big chest if you had to get Vanilla Big Key. That's just crazy.
And that's why. Alright.
So our last kill will be on Laser Bridge. And we'll be able to see very clearly how much Hydropower dislikes doing Master Sword Ganon here, if he continues checking Laser Bridge after finding a small key. Or maybe the key will just be in the last chest and we'll never find out. Thanks, game.
So based on what we've seen so far, the last two swords might just have to be on GT.
Yeah, I think we've full cleared everything between our four runners. The only things we haven't seen are like Pedestal and whatever fetch quest we find here in GT or in Turtle Rock, Mushroom. But yeah, it's very likely we're going to find a sword on the way to the beginning of Big Key.
Could be on Trinex too. Yeah, but that would be also be considered. So, and then a few hammer hits or a few swings here or spins.
There's definitely time here for Goomba to make up time on Hydropower though. Like Hydropower, like he did the cape strats for Laser Bridge, which is slower than doing laser skips that we'll probably see Goomba do. He didn't do the Samaria dashes through the crystal switch room, which Goomba will probably do. Like those few seconds in those rooms is it's cutting into that lead that Hydropower has. And then that combined with like a difference in big key routing could absolutely give Goomba an advantage here.
Yeah, and Marty gambled that the big chest didn't have a small key and had to backtrack.
Oh yeah, that's why we don't do that. Rip.
All right. Yep. I see numbers. We can't run the bot. But yeah, 1 to 22. Where is it at? I think Hydropower is still looking for swords.
Oh yeah, just one more thing that Hydropower is doing that is going to give Goomba just another chance to catch up.
Yeah, because Goomba's already done this. So
I don't like these checks from Hydropower, like doing the trick right there. Like Master Sword Ganon sucks, but you have a blue potion, you have a cape, and you have silver arrows. It's not that big a deal, right?
it's not like you have like 6 hearts and green tunic and you're trying to do like Master Sword spins.
Yeah,
it's a little bit better of a situation.
I feel like Hydropower has shown us from his execution of this seed so far that he is definitely more than capable of doing Master Sword Ganon. So it seems a little unusual to see him going so far out of his way looking for a sword still.
This will get more interesting in V31 when you have the non-guaranteed item placement. You could just run in a scenario where you might be required to do Master Sword Ganon. The other 2 swords could just be locked out.
Oh god, Marty was tempting fate there, dashing through the doorway with the cape still active. He was one sliver of magic before his cape deactivated. If the cape deactivates as you go through a transition, bad things happen.
Game doesn't like that, I guess.
No, it does not. Very early big key in Dark Magician's room, aka the Stalfos room. AKA that room on the right that you have to hookshot over to. And by right, I mean left.
Alright.
Hashtag naming council.
4? Yeah. This is a very fast big key.
The torch counts. Yes, the torch counts.
Oh, it's 5?
Oh, I have no idea.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm a bad commentator.
It's 1, 2, 3, and then plus whatever chest you found in the Stalfos room.
All right, so Chad is. Chad's saying 4. It was 4. All right, Marty has Trinex down. He still has 3 more dungeons he needs to finish though, and really needs to go back and do Spike Cave.
And Goomba's going left side first, so he's going to save even just a little bit more time on Hydropower, not doing stuff, or not doing Hoper. And the gauntlet here, like this climb up to Aga 2, this is the most execution-heavy part of the entire game. Runs are won or lost through these rooms.
Goomba is doing his tower climb. Right on Hydropower's heels. So I'll say right now, we actually have nobody's finishing SRL yet. So this race is still, like, first place is still available. Hydropower is working his way through the top part of Ganon's tower here.
Yeah, he's trucking it. No choke, no choke.
Well, yeah, that's a pretty fast GT. It's not. It's nice to get the key early.
But don't forget, we still have to do Aga Tower after this, so it's a whole nother 5 minutes after Aga 2.
Yeah, that's a snooze fest right there.
It'd be like 4 minutes with the silver arrows. Oh, and that's a fall.
Yeah, that's just more time for Goomba to catch up.
Yeah, Goomba's like, what, like 4 or 5 rooms behind right now? It used to be a whole dungeon behind. Like, he's already made up a bunch of time.
I think Goomba will try to hover Moldorm 2. I know he's capable of it.
He shouldn't.
Yeah, hovering Moldorm 2 when you don't have to is pretty swaggy. It only takes a couple seconds to kill Moldorm.
Yeah, I don't think swagging on Moldorm is really what you want to do after you last location the Cane of Samaria.
That is very true. I don't think it's stopped people in the past though. Maybe he's thought he's already lost this. I mean, for all he knows, like a bunch of other people could already be fighting Ganon right now because of his last location.
Aga 1.
Yeah, it could be on Aga 1 right now. Yeah, this seed claimed yet another victim. I mean, overall, it didn't feel like a very terrible seed, though.
No, yeah, it was relatively nice. Like, nothing was super trolly. The only double dip required was, like, just because of dark rooms, which, you know, nobody falls for.
I mean, nobody likes to see progression on Spike Cave. Especially since, like, Burno was really nowhere to be found. And, yeah.
Yeah, it was a little awkward. I guess the mirror was, like, the big awkward item in the seed.
Yeah.
You can make a case for, like, Samaria on Bumper Cave, but, like, it is pretty standard to check Bumper Cave when you do Front of Skullwoods. Goomba just happened to not do it this time.
So I think Goomba had a triple, then a double, and then a single. Or was it a double, double, double? Not sure.
I think it was 2-1-3.
2-1-3?
I thought it was 2-1-3. I have no idea. Not a clue. He killed the guy. That's what's important here.
Yeah. Alright, so if you fall down the hole right now, Ganon will call you a dingus. We don't want that, so we gotta go and do Aga 1 now. A unique item is near Haunted Grove.
That's just mean.
It's a classic. Oh, shout out to Hydra for checking that hit when you didn't have to.
Whoa, you can hookshot the key while it's in the air? With the... Wow, I did not know you could do that. Because you can't hookshot it once it lands. Like, once it's on the ground, the rail's in the way. I didn't realize you could do it while it's midair like that.
Alright, so how many blue balls? What are we looking at here?
It's always 3.
It's 3 until not 3. I see a 0 in chat. That'd be pretty legendary.
One.
Just 1.
Already lost count.
Just 1.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like 3 hits.
I'm not good at counting that high.
There's 4 hits, 1 blue ball. Fifth hit. Ah. 1.
Not bad.
And yes, the RNG for bosses are the same. It's hard coded into the seed.
Hydropower is starting his Ganon fight right as Goomba starts his Aga 1 fight. I cannot stress enough how amazing Goomba's execution has been in catching up to Hydropower here. At one point in time, Goomba was an entire dungeon behind. Now he's a boss fight behind. He still needs some help from Hydropower to take this though. But to come back as far as he has already been pretty impressive.
This is a pretty... Yeah, this is actually a pretty close race between our 3 streamed runners right now. It's a Ganon fall to do it. Silvers is going to smooth this out a little bit at least.
Yeah, I don't really expect Hydropower to have too much trouble with Ganon, but, you know, like, anything could happen, right? He might even walk off the bridge at the end.
I think it's a while. I don't think we haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
No, I think it happened like once.
Yeah.
I think that's where the joke came from, but it's...
I forget who
you
it was exactly, but I remember watching that, yeah.
It's, it can happen if you're not paying attention, and you push forward without the bridge appearing. But... Alright. So now it's just a spin. More spinning to win.
We're going for the Samaria strats on his Master Sword fight.
Yeah, this is a little bit more difficult than what it looks like.
Oh yeah, it's crazy hard.
Yeah. Like, it looks trivial, it is not.
It's very particular, the distance from Ganon. You have to put that block for it to actually work like that.
So there's our 4th silver hit on Ganon. Hydropower just has a 1x3 bridge in his way.
Oh, we're getting the ped pull from Signums, though. Oh, ped check! Oh my gosh.
It's just a check.
Ruined. GG Hydropower.
Yeah, and Hydropower has finished this race in 5th overall and 1st on stream with a time of 1 hour, 45 minutes, 20 seconds. And I think Goomba is going to be soon afterwards here. And there's our 4th silver on Goomba's side as well. He's got the 1x3 bridge to deal with. And Goomba has finished in 6th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour 46:07.
GG.
GG. Our finishers before that were Andy in first place with 143.24. Zelga Dasan in second with a 143.39. Relkin in third place with a 144.09, and Matt 7898 with fourth place with a time of 144.58. And I think we're joined by at least
Goomba.
we're joined by Goomba. GG Goomba.
Hey, GG. So, Bumper Ledge is a location in this game that I don't like looking at.
So was that a conscious decision to not check it?
I never look at it. I just never look at it.
I thought you might check it after getting the hint about Graveyard Ledge being nothing, because like typically it's something you do with Graveyard Ledge later.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I had literally nothing else left in the area. What are the odds? That's one of the 2 items I'm looking for, right?
Right. Yeah.
True. I mean, overall, it seemed like a pretty decent seed.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, looking at the finish times, I think if I had looked at Graveyard Ledge when I did Skullwoods, I probably would have won by, like, 4 minutes. Because I definitely wasted, like, 7 to 8 minutes looking for the cane. So, I don't know.
Fair.
But rando gonna rando. That's a fun seed though.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, it was like kind of nice. It was just checking that one location.
Yeah. And we're joined by Hydropower 78 as well. GG Hydropower.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Appreciate it very much.
GG.
GG Goomba.
By the way, it's a fairly large daily. I'm gonna
Shout
chalk
outs
it up to the...
to North American holidays. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
You know, it's called Labor Day, but nobody works, so I don't know where they came up with that, but yeah.
Well, we're laboring away here playing rando, you know.
I don't know. I was not laboring this time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of shaking right now, actually.
I labored pretty hard.
Yeah. And I don't know. It just seemed to make the plays today, so I'm really happy to actually do that on a restream and not bork everything up. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Little disappointed we never found Tempered Sword. Like you didn't go too far out of your way, but you did like basically every single check that could be considered quick on your way to Agatu, and still got no sword out of it.
Yeah, and if I had just not done that, I could have beat Andy. Darn it! Oh my God. So, but yeah, no, I would make that play because, or you know, continue to make those plays because if you do find it, then it's worth the time save. But yeah, it's just didn't happen today. So.
Yeah. I mean, again, if I had looked at the stupid bumper ledge when I did Skullwoods, I probably would have shaved literally 7 minutes off my time. So that was a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, and when I got the cape, I was like, wait a minute. Is that Goma? I don't know if I paused on the screen for a couple seconds, but I was like, wait a minute. Oh, wait, that's right. So, I 104 go modes. I was like,
I was
pretty
looking
good.
for Kane and hookshot at that point. Obviously got the hookshot, and then I second to last location the Kane of Samaria.
Yeah, you guys had some routing divergence that ended up both ending with you guys having the go mode Kane of Samaria. So Goomba had done Pod first after entering the Dark World, where Hydropower had gone over to Village of Outcasts first. So when Hydra was in Village of Outcasts, he didn't get the mirror to lead to the cape and ended up finding it like right before deciding to go into Swamp. Whereas Goomba did get the mirror and the cape early, but had missed that information about the cane being on Graveyard Ledge. Or not Graveyard Ledge, but Bumper Cave.
Yeah, I don't know, like, maybe I should stop doing that, because, like, it saves 30 seconds not to look at it in 95% of seeds, but in 5% of seeds it costs you 15 minutes, so I don't know.
I mean, that's how rando is, right? It's fine until it's not fine, so,
Exactly.
you know.
I don't know. It's just a thing I do. I never really look at it.
So, Goomba, how did you get the hookshot out of Spike Cave? Did you have some kind of potion or something? Or
no, I had the cape, so...
Oh, you had the cape already. Okay, so I didn't have anything,
Yeah.
and
I didn't go to Death Mountain for ages.
decided to buy the red potion, and I'm sure Koi was like, "Why is he buying a red potion right now? That doesn't make any sense." But I did it in order to be able to get through Spike Cave, and it's ironic because I was just on Koi's stream yesterday, and we were talking about how many hearts it takes to get through Spike Cave, and he came up with like 12, and I'm like, "Well, I don't think that's going to work in this case because I don't have the hook shot."
If you're just
so
walking, it's 15.
Yeah, it's 15. So I grabbed the red, and then I felt really good about that. I felt like that was some sort of galaxy brain thing, so I was happy about that.
I think you can do it with like 13 with like frame perfect dashing, but that's rough. It's a lower number, definitely.
I think you can do
Maybe
it with
12?
12 with frame perfect dashes and a bomb damage boost at the end.
I grabbed the I grabbed the fairy in a bottle when I play 100%.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And I thought about that
on,
before that too. Like, wait, I could have just dashed and grabbed the fairy with the bug net there out of the bonk rocks, but I didn't think of that at the time. And then at that point, I'm like, well, let's just use up this red here right away, and thankfully it worked out.
Yeah.
So it must have been a pretty exciting race then. I see we're only like 45 seconds apart here, so...
Yeah, it used to be a lot more. Goomba was making up time on you like the entire last stretch of the game. But luckily you didn't make any like mistakes or anything. It just
like I said,
we had like a fall to Moldorm or something. That was like that happened.
Yeah, I jumped down and Moldorm decided, nope, not eat today. And I was feeling pretty nervous, but I also felt pretty sharp too. Like I felt like I didn't really mess up too much stuff. Like I'm not really an elite runner or anything. I only really play this on the weekends, and my NMG time is laughable, so I'm not even going to say it. But I did feel pretty sharp, and I felt like even with the Master Sword, I was playing well. So.
Anything else you kind of want to note?
I just want to say thanks. Thanks for everything, and Synac, your bots plural are really cool. So thanks for doing that, and Koi, thanks for being here every day doing the commentary and everything that goes into this. So I appreciate you having me, and we'll see you guys around. Thanks again.
Yeah, I'll say Hydra. There'll be V31 support day 1 on that for that bot. So
right on.
Yeah, it's be great.
Oh, and sorry, I'm seeing here in Discord, and the trackers too. Sorry, Link Force.
Trackers? We have trackers?
We do have trackers.
Oh, that's right. Link Force and Sapphire. Thank you guys so much. We love you.
Yes.
Oh, Fear Agent letting us know that the Tempered Sword was in Compass Room.
Dang it.
Well, since we don't know what the Compass Room is, because we don't know where the compass is at.
Hey, I play your spoiler log races. I do know exactly where the compass room is.
So we know where the compass room is because process of elimination. Because there's no map room.
I know everything about maps and compasses now, thanks to that. So,
see, there you go. See, something good comes from the spoiler tournament. It's not all just pain and salt.
No, it made me learn Darkroom. So thanks again for that too.
Oh yeah, those qualifiers were something special, weren't they?
Yes, special is a good word for it, so thank you.
I'm looking forward to the next one, so anyway, yeah.
Yeah, me too, absolutely. So thanks again, guys. We'll see you around.
Yep. Yeah, I'm hop on out of here as well. Thank you guys for having me. Thanks for the commentary, tracking. Basically what Hydra just said. All the same stuff.
Ditto.
No real need to repeat it. But yeah, GG's. I'll be around for more rando, I guess. So I'll see you guys around.
See him.
As Marty and Signubs make their way through Ganon's Tower, just a quick reminder to chat, you guys. Follow these runners, okay? Hydropower, Marty, Goomba, Signums, they're all awesome people, awesome Link to the Past players, and they deserve your love and support. Go to their channels, click that follow button. Go watch their streams too. They deserve it.
And Marty is fighting Moldworm 2 right now.
He's a mean Caterpie.
He's just not cooperating. There you go. By the way, check out that collection rate on Hydropower. So that's a pretty good collection rate for all dungeons.
Yeah, that's what Go Mode, Ice, and Swamp will do for you.
Exactly.
Signup's opting for some medallion strats here through the gauntlet. This is kind of a slow way to do it, but it's definitely one of the easiest ways to do it. That Stalfos room especially is super irritating. Marty, where are you going? Oh, Marty, what are you doing? Oh my god.
Oh,
You can mirror at the top, buddy.
yeah. Well, he'll know this now. If you don't play all dungeons regularly, it could be something you don't think of.
Or just like entrance rando in general.
Yeah.
So Marty definitely has a distinct advantage here. He's quite a bit ahead of Signums at the moment. But, you know, Masters are Ganon. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
No, Signums!
No, rip.
We don't have anything coming up on this channel, right?
I
Like,
don't think
we're
so.
not going to get pushed off the air or anything.
Well, we'll take a look here. Sorry for the keyboard sounds if you heard those.
Music to my ears.
I love my mechanical keyboard. That's all I have to say.
Well, I play the
no.
game on a keyboard, so
Oh,
it's like
so
it's
there you
all
go.
I listen to.
All right, so I get at 9 o'clock there is an SMZ3 hard co-op being done on this channel, but it doesn't look like we've got anything. Well, no, at 4:30 there's whatever MP is. Metroid Prime Randomizer. Okay, that's at 4:30 Eastern.
Okay, so we got some time. We'll be able to finish.
We have a little bit of time. Yeah.
Signums takes down Aga 2 while Marty is fighting Aga 1. So Signum's about 5 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Or no,
So
the other way. The
Signum.
other way.
So Signum is getting the text that you get when Ganon is not beatable yet.
Oh, does he
They'll
not
call it-
realize?
Yeah.
Oh, save quit. There we go.
Yep, so he still has to do Aga 1.
Marty employing the cape here to get through these first few phases safely. I'm pretty sure he has a magic refill. Yeah.
I mean, it's 12 spins per phase.
Yeah, and if you don't get those nice spots like the one he has right now, it can be really difficult to get in lots of spins in phase 2 per cycle.
Uh-oh. Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, if there's one time you don't want to get that ring of bats, it's on the last hit in phase 3.
And fourth. And down goes Ganon. Marty's going to cross the bridge here in just a second. Everybody get your GGs in chat for him.
G.
Yep. And Marty is finished in 33rd place in this race. There's a lot of entrants. With an official SRL time of 2:05:08. Yeah, we won't be able to read everybody.
It's tempting because we have like all this time to fill while Signum goes through Aga Tower, but we're not gonna harass you, chat, by reading all those names.
Yeah, somebody can provide like a link to SRL. Here, we could probably do that though, because that will be in the. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put the link to the race in here. Yep. Koi, you're on top of it.
That's you know, my natural state of being is on top of things. I was born here. I'm gonna die here.
All right, and Signums, he's about ready to fight Aga 1 now. So, by the way, while we're waiting for him to fight Aga 1, did you know that there's actually going to be a ALTTP marathon coming up? Just all things A Link to the Past, whether it be just vanilla runs, randomizers, ROM hacks. It's going to be over 2 days here in September. I think the 20th and the 21st.
Please tell
certainly,
me. Please
yeah.
tell me that ACM submitted the ×2 NMG.
I hope he does. I don't have access to that list, unfortunately.
That is
But-
like one of the coolest Link to the Past things I've ever seen. Is somebody playing just a regular NMG speedrun at double speed.
Yeah, to set the emulator to 2x speed, have a good time. Yeah. So Mightamise mentioning that mini Moldworm Oko
Oh,
hack. That might not be marathon friendly. That can be quite a thing to deal with. All right, and Signums has Aga 1 down as well. All that's left is the pig. This time is going to get the text indicating that, yes, I can be defeated now.
Oh, unfortunately, gets a poke on that second spin there. So no damage.
Yeah. Be 12 spins in each phase.
Unfortunately, it doesn't get on top again in there for the nice double spin spot. Nice rebound through the bats there.
And this is probably the hardest part of the fight right now that Signums is dealing with.
Most definitely.
Yeah. The red mail and a lot of hearts kind of smooths this out a bit, but it can still be pretty tricky. There you go. He's in phase 3.
Oh, and he gets the bats on the fire rings on the last hit. This makes going after the torch really awkward. He's got it though. Misses the torch glitch.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No!
We were almost done, Sinak. What happened?
Well, Ganon happened. Yeah. We believe in you, Signums.
Yeah, on the plus side, he did preserve like the majority of his magic there.
Uh-huh.
So he still has plenty. So he can still like opt to do like cape strats for phase 2 if he wanted to. All right, phase 1 done. Moving on.
Making the right call there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like the more accomplished or experienced a runner is, the less often you see them like switch into the cape in a situation like this. And too many times have I seen a player like die or take a fall or just have like a really slow phase just because they wanted to save the time it takes to menu to and from the cape.
All right, the Ganon RNG is a lot different now. There we go. Yeah, that'll change if you fall or die to Ganon.
Did he not get different RNG for starting the fight earlier?
I think he did, yeah. Just more pronounced with the warps.
I mean, because like
There we
remember he dropped down to Ganon before he had Aga 1 clear.
Oh, that's right.
Did that give him different RNG? Or
I
is
think
it
that would have reset it, yeah.
die?
I think that would have. Maybe?
I wasn't watching closely enough to tell.
I'm sure there's people out there smarter than me that could probably tell us.
Smarter than you, the creator of Sahasrarabot? I don't
I'm trying to be
believe it.
humble here. And no, not quite. All right.
Get in, please. Oh my gosh.
Go, go, go. One hit. And there we go. Ganon is down for Signums. We have that 1x3 bridge. Get your swords in the air for Signums. He's rounding out this race with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 14 minutes, 20 seconds. He'll be finishing 37th.
Yeah, that's not even like close to last place. Very respectable finish. Especially with like the Ganon fall. I see Signums in the chat. I'm not sure if we're going to get an interview.
Yeah, let's find out here. He would have gotten sent the invite, so.
The other swords were in GT. I know for sure there was one in Compass Room. We found that out from Theory Agent. And I think somebody said that the other one was also deeper in GT.
All right. It's about the only places where they could have been.
Yeah. It's a little unfortunate, you know, like in an all dungeon seed, the 2 of the 4 swords were so out of the way.
I don't think Signums has joined us. He's not in at least Discord.
Well, regardless, guys, make sure you give these runners a follow. Hydropower, Marty, Signums, and Goomba. You can use that !R command to get a link to their streams. They deserve your love and support.
And in about 9 minutes, it looks like there's gonna be a Metroid Prime randomizer match happening on this channel. So you want to stay tuned. That'll be coming up here in just a hot second, or a lukewarm second.
The hottest seconds.
Of the hottest of seconds. Yeah, I think that'll be a good time. I recommend everybody to stay tuned. And there'll be that marathon on September 20th and 21st, all things ALTTP. And I don't know what the actual name of it is. I just kind of made that up. But yeah, it'll just feature races, ROM hacks, randomizers, just vanilla runs of various categories and things you typically may not see normally, but will show up here. I think it'll be a good time.
Without a doubt. And also much love to our trackers today, Linkforce and Sapphire. That you guys did a fantastic job. Really appreciate it. And of course, I have been Koi on commentary, and with me, the creator of Sahasrahla, but the man with the name no one can pronounce, Sinak. Sinak, the Sinak.
You said it right.
I know.
Yeah, I know. I'm so proud of you.
I had to ask, though. I did.
It's true, but you asked. Anyway, I think we're gonna sign off here. We got that Metroid Prime randomizer match coming up, so stay tuned.